What is that? What is that? Okay, hopefully we have sound now again. This is a general tarot card reading for the zodiacs of are the zodiac signs of Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. If you have Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. I do have all of your cards dealt out. I did start this reading a couple of moments ago and I had a difficult time with the sound. So hopefully you are able to hear the sound now. And so let me do this. Let me do this. And hopefully you can hear me now. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining me. I tell you, I tried a couple of things behind the scene here to get this sound going, and I wasn't able to, so I just popped off and popped right back on. And fortunately enough, the sound was working. But this is a general reading for the collective of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. If you have any of those signs anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. I am an intuitive reading, or I am an intuitive reader. I do look at the sun placement, the moon placement, and the planetary placements to get an idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. It is my intention that during this tarot card reading, you learn to trust your intuition as well. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective of the earth signs. And let me just put this really close here. And so, what I will do is I will read through the cards, and hopefully, the cards help answer any questions that you may have or help you find the clarity that you're looking for. If not, I will open up the reading after reading the cards, where I will open up to questions. If you have questions, just go ahead and write those questions in the comment section. And I will be very happy to draw a card for you. What sign are you speaking for now? And so thank you for popping back in, Polo. I really do appreciate you. I did have difficulty with my sound on my last reading. I had to disconnect and reconnect. And so this is a collective reading for Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, the earth signs. If you have any of those signs anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. I will open up the reading for questions after I'm done reading the cards, if to answer any questions you may have or to help you find clarity. Thank you, Spirit. And you guys are so great. I'm so blessed to have viewers like you, very supportive. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm glad to hear that you are a Taurus. Those Taurus, you can be a little bit bullheaded sometimes. When you get an idea in your mind, you're stuck there. That is where you are at. But thank you, Spirit. And in your professional life, in your public life, and this would be your work, career, business, education, finance, and money, we start with the 9 of Cups. And the feast is set, the banquet is ready, and there you are, ready to partake, ready to invite people to your banquet. Followed by the 10 of Swords. And even though this card is dark and it really just shows someone that has all of these swords in their back and they're laying on the ground, I think that this is a positive card. the tens in the tarot are endings. And this represents the ending of the stress, the ending of the struggle, the ending of a betrayal, the ending of the agony. And so, while this may be a dark card and it does represent endings, it's a positive ending because it's the ending of the negative. And when we end the negative, that makes room for the positive. And I love that following that ending is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slow and steady wins the race. Here we see the Knight has a pentacle, which is a new gift, a new mission, a new project, a new idea. But he has that in his hand and he's looking out into the great wide open and he's really pondering his decisions before making the next move. Slow and steady wins the race. And many times when I am doing a reading, especially for the earth signs, that slow and steady wins the race keeps coming up. And the King of Pentacles, you are building wealth and you are building a legacy. Not only a legacy for yourself, but a legacy for everyone that surrounds you. You're you are in it to win it, but you understand that you cannot win the race alone. That yes, you cannot win the race alone. And that is followed by the Three of Swords. And the threes in tarot, they can represent time, creativity, mystery, your intuition, and the Holy Trinity. And in this reading, I do believe it is speaking to the Holy Trinity. I tell you, earth signs, we have been on a mission to bring things together. Up until this time, we've been segmented, or we feel like we've been segmented. And what I mean by segmented is when we think about the Trinity, we think of mind, body, and spirit. And as an earth sign, we're bringing that Trinity, we're bringing the mind, body, and spirit together. And when we bring the mind, body, and spirit together, that is when it serves us. The swords in tarot represents our intellect, our heart, our mind, the results of the scene. And so everything is coming together where you're going to be able to see the results that you're wanting to see or have been looking for. Um, there has been a lack of commitment and a bit of unprofessionalism that has been plaguing your public life. And that lack of commitment, that lack of unprofessionalism is going to be coming to an end. And this situation, this unprofessionalism that has been plaguing you, has really been pushing you to take necessary risk, to make the necessary changes. And that is a good thing. Sometimes it's the uncomfortable that pushes us, that forces us, that pushes us out of our comfort zone. So we do make the necessary changes. And I see you doing that here in your public life, in your professional life. The new moon in Libra is really here to open new doors for you. There is 3 obstacles that you are going to need to work through. But don't sweat it. Keep your eye on the prize, as there is a raise, a bonus, a new position, or even a new job that is resulting from this unpleasant situation that you have been working through. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And in your private life, and this is your personal life, this would be like your love life, your home life, your family, and your friends. We start off with the Five of Wands, which is, it's a chaos, but it's an organized chaos. It's the reorganization of something. It's like, it's chaotic, but it has reason to it. It has a rhythm to it. And this chaos, this rhythm, this reorganization that you have been going through in your private life has been one that is going to bring in wealth. The King of Pentacles is the wealthiest card in the tarot, followed by the Queen of Swords. You're going to find the clarity that you've been looking for. You've been looking for clarity, and you are going to find it. And that is followed by the Sun card. And the Sun card is the happiest and the warmest card in the tarot. If you have been waiting for true love, Anna, this card may be for you. It's here we're saying, if you've been waiting for true love to come into your life, it is here. And if Michael is asking you on a first date, it is time to say yes. And if you are already in a committed relationship, it is time for you to have that deeper, more meaningful talk. Make time for that conversation. You've been putting off a conversation, and this week, with that new moon, and with those doors opening for you, if you would like to open the door for love, it is going to be up to you to initiate the talk, to initiate the conversation. Maybe you've been doing a little bit of overthinking in your relationships or about a relationship. And the best gift that we can give ourselves is to get out of our own head. Be bold and open up to those that are around you. You know, I'm a firm believer that it is better to share the wrong words than not to share any words at all. At least if you're sharing the wrong words, it's a starting point. It's a conversation starter. Whereas if you're not even sharing the wrong words, or you're not even sharing any words at all, people don't know where you're at. People don't know what you're thinking. People do not know how to approach you. So even if you're sharing the wrong words, people know where you're at and they know how to approach you. And it really does open that door for that two-way conversation. It is our responsibility to share our truths. And it's not our responsibility, or it's not up to us to anticipate how others will react. How other people react to our truth is really on them. It is really on them. Thank you. Thank you, Polo. I've been dealing. I am so happy for you, Polo. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so happy for you. It was just like we were talking in this first row here in your public life, that situation has been put here, or those blocks have been put here, those obstacles have been put there to force you out of your comfort zone, to launch you into starting your own business and launching your own business. I'm so happy for you. I tell you, you know, it takes uh, somebody that has nerves of steel and somebody that has the ability to do a lot of self positive talk to start their own business, to work for themselves. You know, there is many times, and I say this to myself many times, and I say it to my children as well, that, you know, probably one of the most scariest things a person can do is work for themselves. It's like you are not reliant on anybody else for that money to come in. You're not reliant on anybody else for the decisions. And it really does take some uh, nerves of steel. And anytime we're going through an abrasive situation like that, and anytime we're going through that lack of commitment and that unprofessionalism and being blocked at every opportunity to improve our lives, that is building our character, and that is building our strength, and that is the character, and that is the strength that we need to be an entrepreneur. Thank you. Yes. I thank you. Thank you, Anna. Yes, and good to see you too. I'm always so happy to see when you show up. Will this public corruption take down all those involved? And, you know, I think that there's always going to be corruption. I think that it's almost kind of like the yin and the yang and the light and the dark. They need each other, and they need each other to find that balance within itself. So I think, we might take care of one corruption, but I believe that there's always going to be another corruption that steps in its place. And I think to the point that, to a certain extent, that's the way of the world. And anytime I run across something that is corrupt, I just wash my hands of it and I walk away. I don't want to partake in that. That is not my world. That is not the life that I choose to live, and that is not where I choose to spend my energy. I do believe that, anything that is corrupt, anything that is meant for ill good or ill begotten, I like to use the law of karma on that. The energy that we put out, the energy that we create is the energy that is going to reflect back onto us. And so when I'm dealing with someone that is corrupt or someone that is undermined, I just, that's not my people. And I just graciously bow out and I let the universe deal karma out the way that the universe would like to deal karma out. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Mhm. And so, messages from spirit. And here we start with the Seven of Swords, which is the plotting, the planning. There is someone that is plotting or planning under disguise, in disguise. Um, they're not who they say they are. Their words are not matching with their actions. Be on guard, be protective. And again, this again speaks to the Trinity that we were speaking to before. Here we see, we have each foot on a pentacle. We have the pentacle protecting our heart, and we also have the pentacle protecting our minds. And so it's again the protecting and the balance. Be on guard. And the King of Swords, which is legal agreements, contracts, verbal agreements. So there is a contract or a verbal agreement that you need to be on guard of, that you need to be aware of. And so before signing anything at this time, I would highly recommend that you have a third party look at that, that you have a lawyer look at that. There's something in the fine print that is deceptive. There's something in the fine print that is not what it initially appears to be. There's some deception in the wording that you need to be on guard of, that you need to be prepared for. You know, you are being put to the test and you're learning how to break free from old routines. And you're learning how to bring balance back into life by letting go of what is no longer serving you. And that is the reading. Did anyone else have any questions that were not answered during this reading or that they would like me to pull a card on? If so, please do write those in the comment section and I would be very happy to answer that question for you or those questions for you. I miss some of my friends. We had a small fallout and it seems like we don't know how to mend it. And again, Polo, sometimes saying the wrong words is better than not saying any words at all. Don't spend a lot of time overthinking that. Speak your truth. And, you know, as long as we're speaking our truth, people know where we're at. People know where we're coming from, and people know how to come together with us. And so if they are truly your friends and you're speaking your truth, they will find a way.